the guest pyramid again, sir. So, because I noticed that I think most of our team is still doesn't really understand about the pyramid itself. So we can see the comparison. Okay, so for the top, as you can see, guys, there is a Maslow pyramid of needs. Jadi kebutuhan dasar manusia ya. Yang paling bawah itu adalah psychology needs, kemudian safety, kemudian love belonging, esteem, and then paling atas itu self actualization. And then this is can be matched with the what's called the uh, current service that we have. So on the sharing scale below, we have meet expectation, meet desire, and then unrecognized need. So the explanation will be on the meet expectation, itu adalah basic service basic yang tamu butuhkan. Okay, so that's why most of them is on the budget, typical tamu yang budget traveler. And then we can moving up to mid tier. This is targeted to like Mr. Singh explained before, com com comfy, what's called again the name,
Comfort.
comfort, yeah,
Yeah.
comfort guest, and could be exotic. It's also uh, include on the mid desert. On the very top or bottom, unrecognized need. This is mostly for the guests that want to luxury. Okay, they have a unlimited budget and they want to feel the experience. Okay, so that's why at the top of the pyramid on the self actualization. So uh, it is discussion. I think it's really related to can be related to what's called the branding that we use. So it's also have a different style. Like I think it's very related on the what Gareth bring on the language on content sophisticated level. This is very interesting, Gareth. So different guests, perhaps different language, right? Different guest segment, it's a different content. Konten buat budget traveler ya karena mereka cuma butuh basic aja. For the mid expectation, you can just throw up the basic what's called basic information, two bedroom, blah 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 blah, just very basic information. But when you try to targeting mid desire segmentation, like for comfort gas, or perhaps exotic gas. So you need to change a little bit the sophisticated level. Perhaps the copywriting itself can be improved, just to mentioning about how comfort you will stay there. So they will meet their desire when stay. And the last thing, on the unrecognized need, how to target like luxury guests, so we can be more apa ya namanya the next level of copywriting. So it's really what's called sophisticated. I think on this one, Garrett is just share like perhaps they use English, the more serious content. It's just not a simple language, but more elegant way. So this is how the market segmentation is connected with the branding itself. Okay, do you guys understand? I need feedback. Is it really understand? What do you think, Reza? Please give feedback. Okay, understand. Okay. Okay, that's for the last debate. So, very interesting, yeah, how we can relate the market segmentation with the nah ini Maslow hierarchy of needs that's connected with our service basically. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Audrey, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mas Gani, for the explanation. Actually, I just think because I come from the partnership
Mm-hmm.
squad, right? Do
Mm-hmm.
you think we need to deliver this to partner also, since we are working on the same page and same expectations. Like what do you think, and maybe what is the best practice to deliver it to partner? Since maybe the
Mm,
understanding of business will be a kind of little bit of different and margins, I guess. Yeah.
that's very good question, Audrey. How we will deliver this to the partner? So I guess for the for example our guest house partners, which is most of course the budget the target of budget market, they have to provide all of basic expectation from this. All of amenities, all of facilities need to uh, apa namanya fulfill their psychology needs. That's very basic, right? And then it will be better if also cover this second layer the safety needs, personal security, resource health, something like that. So those two things that really needs apa namanya full happen for the partners that are on budget, and then you can move to the next apa namanya next comfort property, comfort partner, for example like villa, but it's not really luxury, just basic villa, like our residence, what's called something villa, residential villa, that also need to be meet the desire as well. So you know supposed to we have the psychology needs, but also have a more next layer of apa namanya of the Maslow pyramid. It's also can be intimate with friendship, with family, so it's suitable with the apa namanya the family friendship itself. Mr. Zing, do you want to add something about that?
Let me ask Audrey. Audrey, when you mean communicate to the partners, do you mean like how do we communicate to the partners so that they can work in alignment to the way the guests are segmented, or how do we manage our partners based on their Maslow needs and based on their Maslow evolution? Which question did you mean by in terms of communicating to partners?
I think we need to cover both,
Okay.
since we need to set the same expectations about how we serve the guests, but also understand the quality, I would say.
Okay. So it's a slightly different pyramid, Audrey, for partners. Here, I'll share my screen again, everybody. And this is actually a great discussion because this affects different squads. Okay. So what you see here is actually the employee funnel, right? Um, it's once again the employee experience funnel looks like this. At the very bottom, you have a transactional relationship with the place you work. That's called a job. This can be a Gojek driver. The Gojek driver drives, they get paid. That's pretty much it, right? There's nothing about developing a career, working as a driver at Gojek. There's nothing really about, your calling. It's just simply a transaction for a transaction, right? Let's say that person's needs are filled. They're feeling like more ambitious. They want to develop a career. So maybe then they go and they apply for a full-time job, a salary job at Gojek, right? So now they're developing a career. And now they're like, okay, all right, it's not just about getting a transaction, but it's really about filling out my knowledge and experience so that I can, get promoted and have this pathway along my work future. Okay. Then eventually, let's say this person experiences a moment where they go, I love logistics. I love moving people around. This is what I'm meant to do. And they feel a calling, they feel a passion for it. So that's kind of like the experience of an employee. I'm putting it out there so that everyone, since most of us are employees in one form or the other, so that can start getting some context. So let's take and empathize now. Okay, what does it look like for a partner? Well, they're not employees. They don't have a job, right? They don't have a career with us. They don't have a calling with us. So their structure looks a little bit different. Their structure looks a little bit more like this. At the very bottom is they have a transaction alignment. Okay, transaction alignment means that we do something for them, they do something for us. It's an exchange. Okay, at the next level is generally a relationship alignment. Okay, so it's like, all right, it doesn't need to be every transaction that's perfect. I value having you as a partner. So maybe some days things are a little bit more fair for you. Some days things are a little bit fair for me, but I want to have this long-term relationship. At the very top of a partner is legacy. So they're not thinking about, oh, I need to, get all this business correct. They really want to be remembered for something incredible. This generally happens to people when they have already succeeded in their businesses, um, and they're pretty well established. Okay. Now, there is kind of a correlation between what kind of property a partner represents, and where they are in terms of how they fit for guest segmentation. Okay. Generally, not always, but generally, loosely speaking, a luxury type property can be more of a legacy type owner. Okay. Generally, somebody who is thinking about luxury, whatever, these type of things, they already made a lot of money. They're not concerned about money. They build these things specifically to be remembered, or as a monument to their business achievements, or something that they can put their families in and enjoy happy holidays and everybody loves them. Oh, Uncle so and so has this beautiful villa in Bali. We all like enjoy having our Christmases there, or Fitri there, or whatever it might be. So they're really thinking about it in terms of that way. So it's a similar evolution in terms of, okay, do you want to acquire luxury properties? Then maybe you need to do awareness for legacy, right? Join Bukit Vista, because Bukit Vista is you could say that it has a long heritage, and we take care of people's properties for 12 years now. So that gives people who have, let's say, a luxury inclination to want to join and become part of this community. Okay. For relationship, it could be, hey, Bukit Vista already has 180 really unique property owners. Join this community and lead the innovation industry and lead innovation in the hospitality industry in Bali. Right. So that's kind of cool. That's like becoming part of a club. And the transaction line is join Bukit Vista and only pay for whatever, right? Only pay, have no fee management, right? Only pay for commission on deals that come in. So you can create different types of awareness and different types of experiences for different types of property owners that you are trying to target. Now, I said just before, it's a loose correlation. Sometimes luxury property owners can be very, very transactional. I've seen that happen before, right? So they have a luxury property, but all they want is, I just want money, I just want money, I just want money. They built the thing not for any purpose beyond just having it as something they could sell. That happens a lot. And sometimes you have people who are selling budget properties, but they have 20 of them and they're very comfortable. They're very rich, but they are already in a legacy mindset, right? Just kind of like in a different industry. Let's say the owners of Indomie, right? They sell a budget product, but Indofood is probably thinking about legacy in terms of like where their upper owners are. So it's that's the best way I can explain it, Audrey, in terms of how to think about segmentation and think about how to. We have a very unique circumstance here. We don't control our product. Okay, we're not like Apple. We don't design. We don't manufacture. We don't produce our own product. We curate products. Other people have a product, right? Have a property, and we take it in, but we have to curate it well. So we're like, it's like we have a museum. We have to decide, does this artifact belong in the Asia section of the museum, or does it belong to the European history section of the museum, or does it belong to the ancient Egypt section of the museum? We have to decide where to merchandise it. And that is how we segment, deciding where to put it and how to frame it. That's the packaging around that particular product then becomes how we segment. And we have to segment both sides. We have to segment the owner side. We have to also have to segment the guest side. Okay. Does that add a little bit more color to the understanding then, Audrey? Yeah, cool. Okay. For everybody here, this has kind of gone a little bit into a lecture, which is generally what we don't want. We would actually more want this to be more engaging, to see what you guys do. But some of these are very fundamental, and I think without understanding this, it becomes harder then to think about what do you actually put in your copy, what do you actually put in your content. Okay. All right. This is a framework discussion. We'll keep on going. Gani, this can be the basis of how we actually then create framework for future discussions. And yeah, I'll turn it back over to you, Gani.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So I just got the idea after we talk about the services for different segment. So I kind of thinking perhaps in the next meeting we can provide, for example, on the guest spot we have Kak and Reza. Okay, so both of you can provide, okay, which works that it belong to the service. Do you guys targeted to basic or yes, sir?
Gunny, guess what? We've done the work already. We've
Yeah.
actually, remember on Mural, where we actually wrote what are the 5 things that you think draw people to Bukit Vista?
Oh.
So why don't we start moving that into each of the correct places? Okay. So what I'd like to do, everyone, is this. Gani, we can go through card by card and start organizing where we think they belong. The first thing I'd like everyone to do is
Oh.
this. Okay. Can you take whatever you've written so far? Gani, I think you might need to share the mural link so everyone can have
Ah,
access
okay.
to the board again. Okay. So for everybody here, oh, actually, I'll help you out, Gunny. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Audrey. Okay, double covered there.
Hmm.
So just take your card and move it to the section on the next grouping side. It says Group Idea, Section 3. Okay. Put it where you think it actually belongs. There's one pyramid for partnerships. There's one pyramid for guests, and there's one pyramid for employees. Okay. So, Gani, this is really good. This is a way we can test and understand how well everyone understands, and then we can start frameworking how copywriting and branding should appear to our different segments, right? So
Mhm,
all
mhm.
together, everybody, it's not
Okay.
simple. We have 9 segments altogether. We have 3 different user types, and within each user category, there's 3 segments. So it's 3 times 3. So we have 9 unique segments. Okay. So I'll do this one first to get things started. So let's go over to my own. Okay, so I
Mhm.
say partners choose us because they trust us to deliver revenue results. Okay, so that is partner transaction. Okay, for the most part.
Transactional.
So I'm going to move that card over to here, over to partner transaction, and that's where it belongs. Okay. So for
Oh, yeah,
everybody,
yeah, yeah.
everybody else, please do the same and move your cards to whichever section you think they actually belong. Let's try to finish this, Gunny, in the next 2 minutes, okay? And then
Okay,
we'll be able to put everything in the correct place, okay? So
I
everyone, start moving your cards,
see.
and let's create the right ideas around how to
Okay.
create segments.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sound
yeah,
good,
yeah.
Annie?
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, got it, got it, got it.
All right.
Hmm. Okay. Inspirational content, lot of positive review. Okay. I think this one is more to saya. Oops. Oops. Ah, my card is gone. No? Oh.
Oh, it might be behind it.
Morning. Yeah, I put it behind. Ah, hilang. Ah, hilang. No, 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 okay, okay. Okay, okay. Stay
Okay.
calm,
If you
stay
have
calm,
any
stay
if you have
calm,
any technical
stay
issues,
calm,
try to
stay calm, stay calm. Yep. Nah, try to put one behind the ini ya, yang di belakang ya. Okay, but this becomes very small. Okay, okay. Feby, have you have the access to this mural? Okay, KW, have you got the access to mural, KW?
Iya Mas lagi ini.
Okay, nah bagus sip, sip. Okay, just make sure. Perform and collaboration with trusted brand. Hmm. Hmm. This one is interesting. Ah, I got it. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Trusted. Not that much.
Oh wow, yeah. There's a hard because some of the tickets get behind. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Let's try to. So mural is an imperfect product, I think. That's why we use or no. Okay, wait. Let's see.
Oh, I see. Need desire. Okay. Okay. Ah, I see. Pak, delusup punya Kak W yang hitam-hitam delusup ke belakang. Oke,
Udah,
got
udah,
it.
udah. Udah
Oke,
beres.
ya. Oke. This one. Oh, okay. Gareth, you here? Are you able to access the mural? Okay. I think I can help Gareth to move the card. So, okay. Okay. Hmm, yep. Afla, Alexia, Charis. Okay, Charis. You can access it, mural. Yeah, broken orang and okay. Let's make the I just put it and great condition. Okay.
Okay, Charisma, are you moving your cards?
I think Charisma have difficulties on the connection. Yes, Charis.
No, I haven't done anything.
Okay, let me try to move. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
let Charisma move her own. Yeah,
Okay.
because we need the team to
I see.
also take a step. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Guess choose.
Okay, Haris, I saw you have three cards here on the green one, so you need to move accordingly to the pyramid on the right side. Now you go. Okay. Sip. Oh, getting the idea. Sip. Okay, should we start the discussion for the
Yeah, sure.
pyramid?
Let's go ahead and take a look and start with whichever one you want to go for first, Gani.
Okay, let's start with partner choices first. Okay, we have several cards here. Let's see if everyone already have understanding about the purpose and services. Okay, for the legacy, okay, we have a partner want to third party to handle their OTA to optimize it to get better listing position. Whose card is this? The yellow one.
That's my card, Kak.
Okay, can you explain, Fabi, why a partner wants a third party to handle the OTA to put on the legacy? Why?
Yeah, because I see that some owners have their
Mhm,
issue about their OTA and listing, so they couldn't get more guests. So I think by they want us to handle their OTA so that
mhm,
they have a better listing position and
mhm.
get more guests. So and they
Okay.
feel like proud for themselves to like have a better listing on the OTA. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Let's think about the effect after they have OTA and optimize the listing. What they want to get.
Yeah, I think they want revenue.
Nah, they want the revenue, right? So that's the point, Fabi. So
Mm.
think about the effect after they get the service. What purpose they want to be? Are they just want to revenue? Okay, if they just want to revenue, then that's put on the transaction alignment. That's not legacy. The legacy means that if one particular owner have a have a villa and then they have a mission. I had a vision. Okay, I want I want my villa is understand know by everyone that my villa is really eco-friendly. We use traditional soap, we use water apa namanya penghemat air yang bagus, use the sun panel power. So this is very eco-friendly. So that's the owner mission is put it on the legacy. That's that type of the vision of the owner. So that's not a legacy, yeah, maybe yeah. That's on the transactional alignment. Okay, okay. Next one. We have a orange card here on the legacy. They want a sense of pride in ownership. Whose card is this?
That's my card.
Okay, yes, that's the correct explanation. So, uh, the legacy means that owner itu bangga akan vilanya. Vilanya eco-friendly, vilanya apa namanya terbuat dari bambu. Jadi mau dikenal luas karena vilanya itu unik, something like that. So that's why legacy. Okay, this one, purple one. Bukit Vista always innovate new innovation through fresh idea and tools optimization. Okay, whose cast is this? Punya siapa ini? The purple one.
I don't know whose card it is, but I moved it actually, Johnny. So this one's actually a
Okay.
pretty good question. Okay, why? The real question
Yeah.
is why?
Yeah.
Why does the partner care?
Mm-hmm.
If they care because they can make money, then they are a transaction partner, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they
Agree.
care because they are attracted to innovation, then that's more of a legacy thing. Okay. So
Mm.
that's kind of like where I would
Yeah.
participate.
Okay. It's because it's not detailed enough. Yeah. So what kind of innovation they want to be? If
Right.
it's innovation on the service that they will get or innovation of the revenue production.
Mhm.
Okay, that's good discussion. All right, let's moving on to relationship alignment. Okay, we have several parts here. This one interesting. We provide up-to-date tools and platform in order to improve better coordination. We go talking bigger. Okay, whose card is this? Perbulan, punya siapa?
Mine.
Okay,
Mine.
Audrey, can you explain why this is on relationship alignment?
Actually, I'm kind of tear up between it is either in relationship alignment and transactional one, or maybe like in
Okay,
between, because
okay,
actually it is a basic needs, but I
yeah.
don't think other company provide this kind of tools too. So
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it
Hmm.
is somewhere in between, mas.
Okay, somewhere in between. Okay, interesting. I would say it is. again, we need to think about the result of after they receive the service. Do they the purpose, do they want to have a more money, more revenue generation, or they want to relationship with other partners? Mr. Jim perhaps has better
I
explanation.
think Audrey has actually stated here it's in order to improve better coordination. Okay.
Hmm.
So if it's that, then it sounds like that's a partner who appreciates a good relationship. That's a partner who is looking to work with um, we're looking for people that they can trust, right? That they can communicate clearly with, that are transparent. So that sounds like it's based on, okay, they value these tools because it improves the quality of the relationship. Um,
Hmm.
but if they value these tools because they can sell more room nights, and that's a different thing, right? So
Hmm.
it's about understanding, I think, the root cause here.
I
Um,
see.
the cluster here, I think, is all around the same idea, right? It's all around
Yeah,
technology,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
technology, communication. So I grouped all these pretty much
Okay.
together, and also the providing training for the owner to get transformed.
Hmm.
That one's kind of like an interesting one, Gunning. Where do you think that one goes?
Provide a training for on to get transformed. I think next level of transactional. They not just want to money, but they want to be trained to to
Hmm.
to be able to transform themselves. Right.
Okay.
So that's kind of a relationship. That's
So
good. That's good.
it might be on the border then between legacy and relationship, right?
Mm,
Because they're
yeah,
thinking
yeah, yeah.
about something that is going to change the way they are. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, relationship alignment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's move to very bottom on transactional alignment. Okay, we have here yellow card. It's me, the partner choose BV because first we are trusted, and then second one is a lot of positive review. I first thing first, I'm mapping this to transactional alignment because why? Because they just want to a basic needs. They heard from other partners, hey, Bukit Vista is trusted. I able generate this revenue, and there is also a lot of review on Google. So this very basic. They just want to basic about basic needs. So that's why I put it on transactional alignment. Okay. And then second one is more affordable than other property manager. Okay, that sounds very transactional. We only charge on the commission, not in the beginning of the partnership. So very affordable, of course. And the second next is security, trust, and passive income for a long run. This also sounds very transactional. Yeah, I think this is very good, what's called a very good exercise for everyone to understand better what service. And also, since we talk about the partnership, this also can be reflected to both Febby and Garrett's works, since you guys did a work on awareness on partnership. Which level you guys targeted and which message that you want to use? For example, Garrett is will planning on launching Google Ads, right, Garrett? So which okay, I will ask you on this. So which level that you trying to target by your Google Ads, Garrett?
Okay, I think so far I'm still trying to
Mm-hmm.
target the transactional alignment because so far
Okay.
in the proposal that I'm about to propose to you to add
Mm-hmm.
the ad copy I actually said like
Mm-hmm.
get passive income, but I have not
Mm.
yet realized that we have this pyramid. So maybe I can try
Oh.
to make a better ad copy for the legacy and relationship alignment.
Yeah, yeah. So by brainstorming using this pyramid, you have a better clarity, right? Okay, if I use passive income on my copy on Google Ads, so this means that I targeted transactional type of partners. And if I want to target it, better property for the relationship or even legacy, so you need to change your copywriting a little bit, right? So if you want to proud, you want to innovate it, so use this kind of word, and then you can able to target the legacy.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, let me ask this question, Gani. I'll ask it to Charisma. Charisma, what do you think? Do you think Gareth should stop targeting transaction alignment and only target legacy? Or if he had, let's say, this, if Gareth had 100 hours to spend on targeting, how many hours should he spend on each level of this pyramid? The question is to Charisma. Okay, let's move the question over to Reza.
Hello?
Oh, there you are, Charisma. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's pretty lagging here, sorry. What was the question?
Okay, I'm not going to repeat the question. Over to Reza. Reza, same question to you. Did Reza freeze out too? Okay. All right, here we go. Keep on. Reza, okay, same question to you, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. The connection is unstable in a
Okay.
few minutes.
Well, tell me what you heard,
What
Reza.
the question?
Tell me what you heard.
The question that I get is, should the Garrett stop to targeting the transaction alignment and move on to relationship alignment and legacy?
Right.
Is it right?
That's correct. And how would he then prioritize? If he had, let's say, 100 hours to spend on targeting, how should he spend his time?
Okay, I think we need to move on from the transaction alignment to the relation alignment and legacy, because what I think it's time to get a more intimate relationship to our partner. That
Okay.
I think if it based on transaction alignment, it the relationship with the partnership will not long last.
Okay. That's a quality
I
answer.
think.
Okay, let's start with that. Let's go over to Audrey. Audrey, yes, perfect. Okay, how would you answer this same question, Audrey?
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, I kind of put some comment previously about if you involve like kind of transfer knowledge expects in the content or whatsoever we are trying to raise by the awareness that Gareth has been working with. I think if he has like maybe like 100 hours, he needs to prioritize it by having like maybe a gradually adding another hour. So maybe like so for transactional alignment, he can use maybe like 30 hours, and then the relationship alignment will be another 30, and then in the legacy will be another 40 because it involves more quality and also micromanaging maintenance, I would say. That's
Okay,
it.
very good, very good. So that's actually a pretty good stack here. The answer I would like to say is this: it's kind of a false question in a way, because your messaging should include all three. Okay, your messaging should include all three. For example, let's say your job right now at Bukit Vista. Okay, if we don't provide you any job, we just provide you a calling. We just say, come to Bukit Vista and change the world, right? And that's all we do every day. We just tell you, come to Bukit Vista and change the world. What am I supposed to do? Do I get paid? These things need to also be taken care of too, right? Does spending time working at Bukit Vista actually add to my career? So the correct way to message would be this, okay? Let's say for a job at Bukit Vista, for work here at Bukit Vista, you would say, hey, are you doing anything innovative in your life, right? Do you feel like you have the potential to change the world? Do you want to add more to your career so that in a shorter amount of time, you will attain higher positions in your career? Now, at the same time, do you want to get paid doing so? Well, if this sounds like something that's exciting for you, come and join Bukit Vista. Okay, so I'm adding all three in there. I'm adding one for legacy, one for relationship, and one for transaction as well. But okay, in the job scope, it's job, career, and calling. So I've added all three. So Gareth, in this particular regard, it's not that I think you have not done anything incorrect. It's that you just haven't. It's like you have nasi, and that's it. You have no meat, you have no vegetables, you don't have a balanced diet, right? So just like making a nasi campur, yeah, you probably spend the least amount of time making the nasi, right? It's all the other things that you put on top of the nasi campur, the tempe goreng, the ayam rica rica. It's all those other things that you spend more time actually building, but that adds, a complete meal. So similarly, when you target, like Audrey said, the stuff at the top will probably take the most amount of time, right? Really thinking, what is a legacy message? How do I actually get a legacy message out there? Getting the transaction is easy because it's just like, hey, do you feel frustrated having to actually manage your own property? Save money and time, join Bukit Vista, right? We'll do it for free without, any fixed costs. So that's transaction. But if you're not adding anything more, are you frustrated with how nobody has visited Bali in the past 2 years? Are you anxious to have a real proactive company take your property and find international travelers to get inside of it? Do you want to be around for a 100-year legacy and see thousands of travelers travel through your property and have their lives transformed? Okay, that's legacy now, right? Do you want to work with a company that thinks long term about how to partner with you? Do you want to work with a company that has transparency and tells you exactly what needs to be done so that your property always stays on top of the market? Relationship. Then join Bukit Vista today, and we can get you started with no fixed fees, OTA optimization, all these other things that are in the transit bucket, and just call this number right here or write us an email here, contact us here. So then you have a very balanced message. Okay. All right. Does everybody kind of understand that now about the balancing of the message? So all three messages can be used. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this is really good. This has become not just branding, this has become like marketing and really thinking about how to market and segment and message correctly. Your brand should have a comprehensive feel to it. It shouldn't just be like eating nasi putih, right? That's not really a brand, right? So you need to add your layers of flavor on top of it. You need to put your tempe goreng, ayam rica rica, your sambal balado, all that stuff needs to go in. Okay. All right. So let's continue.
Great. I feel like this discussion is involved to the next level. We're not just talking about unit design. We're not just talking about colors, font, the different style. No, we evolving to next level, right? We're thinking about the pyramid right now. We have a 3 pyramid here, and then every message that we created is supposed to be have a include all of this pyramid, like for Garrett, So this is can be apa namanya, a good culture, and we will keep going to use this kind of structure for the next meeting of branding. So I would say that on the next meeting we can show your work based on this pyramid, right? This is sounds
Excellent.
Sounds good, right?
Excellent.
So for example, Garrett is just exercise about how to create Google Ads that can target it into 3 different layer. Okay, the next one could be on the guest side for Kak Wei and Reza. Show your works that your message can be targeted into these different layers. Okay, what kind of message that only meet expectation and the basic, what kind of message that can meet desire, what message that meet unrecognized. So then we can have a more flavor messages, more flavor awareness, not just nasi. That's very funny interpretation. So the perfect meal, 4 sehat 5 sempurna, right? We have a nasi, lauk, and then sayur, and then buah, and then susu. Okay, but if your message just content like very basic like nasi, then you will get the audience like very apa namanya ya, very basic, right? So you need more flavor on your message. Okay, I think this is very good discussion.
Excellent,
today.
excellent. Hey, for everyone here, just to extend what Gani said, I do understand how this might be difficult to understand. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is this. Gani is right. before we were talking about unit design on brand and everything. The way I see it is like the early days of the branding and copywriting discussion. We were talking about bricks, we're talking about concrete, we're talking about wood, we're talking about nails, we're talking about the unit blocks. Right now, we're talking about architecture, we're talking about interior design, we're talking about how you feel when you go into, let's say, a particular space. And it's different, of course. We need to also be precise about how to use the wood, how to use concrete, how to use brick, how to use nails, how to use all these components. Those are the brand guidelines that we've talked about. But bricks, nails, these don't create beautiful buildings, right? They're just ingredients. They're just tools. They're just raw material. It's really understanding architecture and understanding, okay, what builds up a brand? What does a brand feel like? What kind of messages make people go, wow, that's amazing? Now that is like architecture. How is it possible that somebody could take simple materials and when you go into the space, you feel this is amazing. This is this is a sacred space. This is a inspirational place. So the moment of transition might be very fast. And what I want you guys to do is this. The only way you're going to learn and going to be able to, let's say, keep pace is engage. Okay. Just throw out whatever ideas are out there. Once again, this is a safe space. We do have standards. And here's one thing that I got a little bit upset earlier about, right? If you have a connection issue, please say I can't hear what's going on, because then if we're talking and we're expecting everyone to understand and you haven't been listening for the past 30 minutes, I feel like we're wasting our time, right? So we need to somehow understand, okay, if your communication is down, then we can approach a different angle, okay? But when we ask a question, we expect that you have been able to keep pace with it, or you would have put up a question in the comments or some other way to indicate that some part isn't clear, and we can slow down and we can cover that. Okay, so that I think is pretty important to have a two-way communication here. So it's not just lecture. Back to Gani.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Yes, the connection is pretty important. In all of meetings, we always rely on connection, right? So make sure before every meeting, make sure your connection is stable and good. Okay, I think just that. Thank you very much for coming for the branding discussion, and see you.
Okay,
Bye.
see you guys, everyone. Bye. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.